Greetings. I'm Dr. Aisha Khalid, and I'll be your host for today's Quiet Echo. Kim Witksak went to Washington on Tuesday. She sat in a room with healthcare leaders, policy officials, and pharmacovigilance experts and said what she has been saying for 23 years. Adverse drug events, injuries, and deaths caused by prescription medications are among the leading causes of death in the United States. An estimated 250,000 Americans die from them every year. Nearly half of those deaths were preventable. The meeting ended. Kim flew home. I searched every major news network for coverage. Nothing. I want to sit with that for a moment because I think it is the most important part of the story. On Tuesday evening, ABC World News Tonight aired. I looked up who paid for it. 1 out of every 4 minutes of advertising on the network's evening news last year, 1 in 4, was purchased by a pharmaceutical company. ABC World News Tonight carried more prescription drug ad impressions than any other program in America. The same was true at NBC, at CBS, at CNN. The United States is one of 2 countries in the world that allow pharmaceutical companies to advertise prescription drugs directly to consumers. In 2024, the industry spent more than $6 billion on television advertising alone. $6 billion during the evening news, during the morning programs, during the football games. The ads play, the music swells, someone walks through a sunlit field, and a voice reads the side effects quickly at the end. The same products responsible for an estimated 250,000 deaths a year. Now think about Congress. There are bills. The Right Drug Dose Now Act was introduced last year bipartisan, Congressman Crenshaw and Congressman Swalwell together to address adverse drug events through genetic testing. The Responsibility in Drug Advertising Act would restrict how long after a drug's approval it could be advertised directly to consumers. Neither has passed. Since 1999, the pharmaceutical industry has spent more than $6 billion lobbying the federal government. More than any other industry in America, every single year for 26 consecutive years. In 2024 alone, the industry spent more than $384 million on federal lobbying. Of the 201 lobbyists working for the industry's main trade association last year, 123 of them had previously held government jobs. 123 out of 201. They know the hallways. They know the names on the doors. They used to work behind them. I keep a notebook. I write in it most evenings. I have a list of patients whose outcomes I carry with me not by name, not on paper, but in the way a physician carries the weight of what she has seen. The woman with 11 prescriptions, 3 of them treating side effects caused by the other 8. The man whose refills were renewed for years without anyone reviewing them. The family who came to me too late. I also carry this. 53% of patients who ask their doctor about a drug they saw advertised on television receive a prescription for it. The ad played. The revenue flowed. The quarterly report looked fine. I am not against medicine. I am a physician. I believe in what medicine can do. I have watched it save lives in this town, in this office, in this exam room, with these hands. What I am against is the silence that settles around what medicine can harm. Kim Witksak said it better than I can. You can't improve drug safety if you refuse to acknowledge drug harm. She was talking about the industry. She was talking about Washington. She was talking about the evening news. I think she was also talking about all of us. Here is what I want to ask you to do. Not a petition. Not a letter to your congressman. Something smaller and more immediate. If you or someone you love takes even one prescription medication, bring the list to the next appointment. Every pill, every dose. Ask the doctor, do I still need this? Is this the right amount for my body today? Is anything on this list causing what I came in here to report? Ask the question even if it feels unnecessary. Ask it especially if it feels unnecessary. If this podcast reaches one person who has that conversation, one person, one list, one appointment that goes differently because someone asked, then it has done what I made it to do. On Monday morning, I will open my door and the first patient will sit down across from me. I will ask what they are taking. I will read every line. I will pick up the pen and I will ask whether each thing on the list still belongs there. It is the only question I have the power to ask. I keep wondering who is asking it in the rooms where the real decisions get made. Cedar Valley News has a new Facebook group. If you have comments and want to join the conversation, you are welcome. I will put the link in the show notes. This is Aisha Khalid, your host for today's Quiet Echo. Thanks for listening. Quiet Echo is part of the fictional Cedar Valley News series, written by Evan Swenson, publisher, publication consultants, and Claude Marshall, AI developmental editor. While the people in town are fictional, Kim Whitsack and Timothy Woody Whitsack are real people, and the national events described are real.
You've been listening to the Cedar Valley News Podcast, where small-town voices meet the headlines shaping our world. From faith and family to front porches and fields. We'll be back with more stories connecting real lives to real events. Until next time, keep your porch light on, your faith strong, and your heart open.